Welcome to Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope, the Facebook page on YouTube. Now, this is going to be dicey. As you know, this is a DC page, and I'm passionate about everything about DC, and I try to look at the positive of everything else. And but occasionally, I watch Marvel films as well. And so I'm just after watching, because it was on Netflix, I watched Age of Ultron, and wow, I fell asleep about 4 times. Now, I heard stories, even Marvel fans, claiming that it's not all that good, and it was bad. It was seriously bad. A lot of action, yes. Jokes nearly in every scene, and they were just put in there wisecracking, and one of the main jokes was "let's not swear," and it never engaged me at all. There were characters that were thrown in, placed in anyway, that you hadn't met before. Quicksilver and the witch, whatever her name was. And yeah, I'm all for, you don't need standalone movies, and because Marvel sets up this sort of universe where they do each character, and people say, well, Marvel's took the time setting up the characters. Well, maybe they needed in some of the characters in this film. I found myself lost some of the times when it was going from the start to the creation of Ultron to the creation of the Vision. I believe that's his name. I read about him, because when I was starting reading comics, some of the comics I did get over were Marvel, so I started reading X-Men comics, and I remember Vision, and anyway, and it just didn't grab me, and they made this big whole spiel about saving people and getting people out of harm's way, because Marvel knows not a lot of people like this sort of they like their heroes to get everybody out of the city before they fight, where in real life you don't bother about who's in the city, you go in. So there was a couple of scenes like that, and about saving them and stuff, and Shield, and when I was watching that, I just felt, yeah, okay, this felt like it was put in here through fans' demands or something. And maybe it's a good point that the film relied on what has been said about the destruction on Man of Steel, even though it's very small destruction on Man of Steel. But again, that was through a fight. Superman didn't have time. He can just one guy. They've got shield and carriers and everything else to whisk them all off to safety. And it was just ice upon it. And then you had some sort of romantic involvement with Black Widow and the Hulk, and there were so many. I don't know. The villain just, for me, yeah, okay, he does what he wants to wipe everybody out. But it's the creation of the Vision. It was the creation of Ultron. Yeah, we've seen. It was like some of it was showing you stuff similar to Man of Steel. In Man of Steel, Superman saw a vision of what Zod's plans was, and then you've got Iron Man seeing a vision of something because it was maybe his fault because of lack of doing something. and then, you know, and so then he changes it, and then you've got Batman v Superman as well. He sees a vision of a possible future, and I'm thinking, is did they all take this from DC? I don't know, but I honestly fell asleep 4 times. Well, I kind of drifted. I went, right, what's happening? And I wasn't bothered at what I'd missed. Yeah, I mean the Hulk and the Iron Man fight. I mean, I got it. I got the whole plot line, even though, you know, Quicksilver was in it for, like, you know, he gets killed and then he comes up with a corny line. I didn't see that coming, and it's just, and after I'm watching it, I'm thinking, is this what people in this world want? That these films made this way? With nearly every scene is a nice joyful smile, and every scene is nice and colourful and everything, and we're all happy and we're all fighting and we're all cracking jokes every 5 minutes, and then at the end, you know, you get that sort of, we will be with us again. And I'm like, no, that is, you know, it's that sort of, we will come together again and fight the good fight. And I'm like, cheesy biscuits. Oh, I don't know. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I liked the 2 Hulk movies. I didn't really care for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man ones. I watched them, they were good at the day, but then I can't be bothered watching them again. I thought, you know, the latest Spider-Man, the first one was cool, was the Lizard. I cannot say a bad word against the Winter Soldier. The Avengers felt, as I say, I'm not big on Joss Whedon, not big on him at all. As I said in my other videos, I just feel like he's a teenage sort of movie director. He aims for the teenager audience, you know, like Buffy and stuff, and it's kind of got that sort of cheesiness to it. I think he works well maybe on TV, just not as good as on movies. I didn't really care for that sort of horror film he did. Again, felt very teenage. But I don't get the Marvel passion and why it makes money. Maybe it's because the kids are going and see it, and it's that lame of story, it's that soft bit of story that people will just get there. But again, I could be biased, but I'm in for the deeper stuff. I hope when Justice League comes out that we're not inundated with as much jokes as there was in Age of Ultron. It's just, you know, yeah, the Iron Man and Hulk fight was okay, and you know, it was under the spell, and that sort of dynamic was okay. Don't get me wrong, there were a couple of things in the film that worked well, you know, and the Iron Man feeling sorry because, you know, the threat is real, and it was just, but people moan because DC isn't doing standalone movies, but the way DC is setting it up, I feel like, you know, the next film will explain it all, or, you know, any character that comes in, you've had a wee sneak peek, you don't need to know who that character is just now. Then come Justice League, people will know who Aquaman is, they will know who Cyborg is because they've seen it in BBS. With this one, they threw a couple of characters in there, Quicksilver and stuff, and the Witch and other people that I just couldn't connect with, you know. And maybe if they did a standalone movie, I don't know. But then again, I just don't think it was written well enough. I think they could have done a better job with Quicksilver. I think there could have been less action in it, more character development. And I just cut down on the jokes. But that is my take on Age of Boredom. really. So let me know your thoughts. You can dislike, hate this, whatever. I just felt there's so many pages out there that, you know, I don't even know what Collider or whatever group they thought of the film. And there's probably a lot of YouTubes out there that, because it's Marvel, they'll say it's fantastic. So this is the reason why I brought this in. I did not like it one bit. I wouldn't watch it again. It wasn't character driven. I was looking at my watch, hoping it to end. I'm not raising my high hopes for Civil War now, after some news gets back to me about how sort of bad that film was. But because my expectations were low, maybe I'll be surprised. You know, I've heard bad things about the Spider-Man being CGI. Again, I'm a rooter for CGI. I don't care if something looks too CGI. Some websites out there were claiming that Marvel films in the city was too fake looking because it was CGI. I don't really care about CGI, how bad or good it looks, as long as it gets the story across. Well, let us know what you thought in the comments below. Thank you very much.